That's a nice barrel you got there.
Bonjour everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new in-shop video in which we're going to talk about the M6A2E1 EXP. And no, we are not going to talk about the T95E2 because that tank is one of the worst mediums in this freaking game. Oh, no, I don't want to talk about it. All I can tell you is that if you have to choose between those three offers, this one only. Trust me, the T95E2 is not worth 3,000 gold. So yeah, go for this one. It's the best. Now, let's talk about that tank. What do you need to know? It's a pretty old tank, if I'm not mistaken. At least in World of Tank PC, it was one of the first premiums. Here in Blitz, it was a little bit different because it was first available in an event. And I remember this tank ruling the battlefield when it was first introduced. Nowadays, it's a little bit more difficult simply because with the tank destroyer buff and all those things, this tank becomes more and more power crept. But don't mind me, it's still quite a good one to play with, and for that price, 5.5k gold, it's truly a good offer. Now, what do you need to know about the tank? First thing first, the gun. The gun is amazing. An amazing penetration. Look at this, 248 base penetration. That's one of the few heavies with this much penetration at tier 10. At tier 8, sorry. If it was a tier 10, it would be horrible to play it. The aim time, horrible, 5 seconds, it's way too much. The gun dispersion is good at least, so you're not necessarily focusing totally before shooting and actually be able to hit your target. The damage per minute sucks because you have 12.8 seconds of reload, but most of the time you will not bounce, so that's fine. 400 alpha damage with your regular, 340 with your APCR, and the gun depression, that's something quite interesting, but don't get hype too much. Yes, you have 10 degrees of gun depression. Yes, it should make you versatile, but the tank is extremely high. For example, or to compare, the T34 has the same 10 degrees of gun depression, but it's much more effective on the T34 based on the fact that it's literally half the size of the XP. So the XP is a little bit less flexible than the T34 when it comes to hull down, if we combine that with the armor profile, but we're going to talk about it later. Now, for the turret, your turret turn rate is slow, your whole traverse speed is slow, and your mobility is not good either. It's below average, let's say. So if we combine everything with this tank, we have a good armor combined with a good gun, but no mobility at all. That's something really important for you to understand. But at least this tank is newbie friendly, or at least it will be after that video, because I'm going to tell you how to play it properly. Now, how am I equipping it before we go to the armor profile section of the video? First, I go for the gun rammer to increase my DPM because you don't need calibrated shell. I mean, you already have one of the greatest heavy penetration at tier 8. After, I go for the enhanced gun lane drive, and finally the vertical stabilizer because I want to reduce my aim time as much as possible, because you have 0.32 gun dispersion vanilla. Therefore, it's already a good one, so I would rather focus on the aiming time. After, I go for the defense system because I'm not gonna ram anybody. Improved assembly to increase a little bit my hit points, and you're gonna understand after when we're gonna talk about the armor profile. The toolbox because an strike is useless on heavies. Improved optics to increase my view range, and also because I don't need a camo on a heavy tank. Improved control, that's one of the few tanks on which I'm using improved controls just in case I'm getting circled, because I don't know, I don't feel like engine accelerator is a good thing to use on that tank. And finally, high-end consumable delivery system, I'm sorry, not high-end consumable. Consumable delivery system, because with 12.8 seconds of reload, it's gonna be a struggle for you to use, to shoot twice when using adrenaline. That's pretty much how I'm equipping my tank. Now let's go for the armor profile. Alright guys, there we go for one of the most interesting part of the video, and that's pretty much the armor profile. Let me tell you why. A lot of people are telling me, why should I get the M6A2E1 EXP if I already have the T34? And to those people, I'm answering because the M6 is more versatile than the T34 when it comes to the armor profile. Let me explain myself briefly. Unlike the T34, when it comes to the armor profile of the XP, you can bounce shots. Look at how strong the upper part of the whole armor is, 270 millimeters. It's the same for the lower part of the tank, which is quite hard to penetrate. Now, Of course, you have those weak spots here and here, but if you stay straight in front of your opponents, they are still quite hard to penetrate because they can sit up at more than 240 millimeters of raw frontal armor. Now, the difference with the T-34 is that the T-34 has a way better turret. Because with this tank, if you shoot at the right angle, it's hard to catch them, those little weak spots. But if someone catches them as well, but most of the time I don't see that much people shooting here. But yeah, if you manage to play properly and not like turn around your turret too much in front of your opponents, because if you do, of course, it becomes quite easy to penetrate. But if you don't do that, then yes, in my opinion, this tank is better than the T-34. One last thing you need to understand, never side scrape with that tank, because look at what happens when you side scrape, even just a little bit. It becomes extremely easy to penetrate you. This tank is meant, and I really want to insist on that, to stay in front of your opponents all the fucking time. And as you need to stay straight in front of your opponents, that makes it newbie friendly, of course, if you follow what I'm saying to you right now. One last thing, this tank works better in all down, and when you're in all down, don't try to wiggle the turret. That's one of the worst things to do with this tank. You do not wiggle the turret. What you do with this tank is you go backward, frontward with your turret not moving, staying in front of your opponents, because if you turn it, as I told you, you become quite easy to penetrate. Now, if we add on top of that the 10 degrees of gun depression, if you allow yourself to use them properly, you become nearly invincible and impenetrable, except, of course, as I told you, in the turret cheeks. But you know what? It might be a little bit confusing for you right now, so let's see how the tank performs in a battle. Alright guys, a live battle once more. There we go, and oh, we find a game already. That's nice. Perfect, we're top tier. So concerning the playstyle, as I told you, it's either you are facing lower tiers and you stay straight in front of them and they shouldn't be able to penetrate, or if you want to play it safe, you can still go in an all-down position, and as soon as you're done shooting, you come back to a safe position in the back. And that's this playstyle that we're going to try to adopt right now, because we're going to go to the top part of the hill. Of course, not here, because as my tank is really high, if they have tank destroyers camping in the back there, it's going to be quite hard for me to be able to bounce anything, and I'm probably going to take a shot with the HE. As I told you, your tank is extremely... oh, come on. Yes, boy. The gun dispersion that is making the job right now. So there we go for the first shot of the game. And you know what? We are going to test our strong armor right now, facing the VK4502A. I know this tank seems to have one of the good penetration, especially playing with gold shell. But hey, maybe we'll not have to bother with that. There we go for the shot on the Tiger. As I told you, your armor profile is strong. We are doing something that we couldn't do with the regular T-34. I don't know yet if there is the Vindicator behind, so I don't really want to bother too much. But I feel like I could actually try to play a little bit aggressively, but not too much, because if I do it too much, I'm gonna get wrecked for that. There we go, 248 millimeters of penetration straight into the turret of the VK quite easily. And as you can see, I'm not trying to angle my tank at all. I'm staying in front of my opponents. If you want to hope for some juicy shots, that's what you need to do. There we go for a shot again on the Tiger. And as you can see, 3 against 1, we're still holding them because we have the armor profile, guys. We have the armor profile that allows us to do that. There we go for another shot on the Tiger. He's now one shot. Is he gonna try again to do what he just tried there? That would be awesome. But I don't think he's stupid enough to try this. So now we have a free way to the VK. And the Vindicator just shot, so I'm expecting him to be on the other side of the map, not here. So there we go. Can we maybe... Oh, that was a bad shot. That was a really bad shot. We're gonna pop some adrenaline there. And we're gonna try to focus on the... you know what? I'm gonna focus on the projectile, on the VK. Sorry. There we go for the shot. Now there is the AMX M4FL10. I don't want to bother too much. I'm gonna stay in front of him. Okay, missed one. I should be angled properly. Yeah, I am. And as you can see, when you're angled properly, people don't want to bother you. They don't want to because they can't penetrate. And that's what is really juicy about it. Oh, come on. A PCR straight into the gun mantlet. Why am I unlucky like this? Alright, you know what? For my next shell, I'm gonna go straight on the VK to be able to destroy him before anything happens. Yeah. There we go. We don't even need to lose a gold shell. We shoot our shot and we come back to a safe position. Okay, the Vindicator is on the other side. That's why I did not want it to push. But now I have the information. I'm probably going to go first for the Progetto here. Because if I have him in the back, he's going to smoke me. There we go for the Progetto. Derp. We kill the boy. We kill the boy, and now we have the MXM4FL10 that is trying something. Can he penetrate? No, he can. That's why he's trying to circle. And he's doing the right thing. He's doing the right thing. That's what I would do if I was playing with an MX-M4 as well. There we go for an HE straight into him. Can someone help me? That would be awesome. Can you, boy? Yes, you can. Perfect, perfect. As you can see, guys, we're holding the line. As I told you, stay straight in front of them, and you are the boss. Alright, let's go on the Tiger. I hope the Vindicator is not going to try to shoot me. There we go. We poke a great shell on that boy as well. And now we come back. We come back, but before showing my side, which I don't want to. I'm facing frontally. There is the Vindicator. He's probably going to die before I can do anything. I mean, the T-28 Defender is going to do the job. We're just here to find the chieftain right now. I don't have a clue where the guy is. I did not poke him on the map, or I didn't even bother finding him on the map, so I don't really know. But hey, what you do with this tank is stay in front of your opponents. And even if you're in the all down, stay straight in front of them. That's pretty much all you gotta do. And it makes it quite a juicy tank and a really interesting one to get. For 5.5k gold, I truly think this tank is worth it. That's a good offer. And it's a better option than the T-34 from the American Tech Tree line. Oh gosh, where is the boy? Where is the boy? Where did he go? That's a good question. I don't have a clue. Come on. Let's find him. Oh, maybe on top of the hill here. You know, I don't really have anything else to say about the tank. So, tell me about you guys. How are you during these pandemic times? Are you safe? Are you happy? Are you having breakdowns because of the COVID or anything like that? Yeah, tell me in the comments. Tell me in the comments. I would be curious to know how people feel around the world about that pandemic and the fact that we can't go out, restaurants, bars, etc. Come on, guys, kill him. I don't want him to fly away again. Nice, GG T-28 Defender. We ended up the game with nearly 3.5k damage and 3 kills. That's fine. And as you can see, we got a lot of bounces because we stay straight in front of our opponents. We don't want to show anything beside our frontal armor. And if you do that, you are settled to do a great game. Hope that review helped you. If that's the case, feel free to subscribe, like, and share. And I'm gonna see you soon for a new video. Au revoir.